Two things. The bracket that came on the new condenser just wasn't perfect, and the distributor doctor sticker was too low, and what happened was the bracket was sitting on it and that was stopping it getting a good earth. So I had to get some sandpaper and cut that, sand off that sticker. So I put on another bracket there that's just a little bit more, I mean, it suits it a bit more. Like it's matching up a lot better with the hole. So, and as you can see then, things are lining up a bit better down there where that bolt is going to go through. So that's okay. The brass nut on the end of the condenser isn't tight yet anyway. So now on to the original points. So these are going to need a good clean up. Things are just a little bit grubby from sitting in whatever sort of preservative grease or something is on it. And it says in the back there that the contact set is treated with a preservative, and it's important that they're wiped clean before fitting. So I'm just going to give them a bit of a clean in petrol and maybe a bit of a small paintbrush or something just to get it all worked in and around them. And I've already put on the insulating washer. I'm just going to take him off again and give him a clean up, and yeah, clean up the actual points themselves as well. So I'm after giving them a bit of a clean up there with a kind of a small file, just to take the bit of corrosion off them. So there's a little bit on that one, you can see in certain lights, so I'll just give that another quick rub. So this is the whole lot put back together. I'm just going to turn the ignition on and see if we have a spark here. I can hear a spark. Try and get this to focus on the right area. Yeah, that's better. You can see it better now. Good and blue. Yeah, so that should do it. It was a lot fiddlier with these parts than the other parts, strange enough. So I'm just going to go now and, well, actually the reason why that spark wasn't very strong was they aren't tightened down, so that's not getting a great earth. So I amn't going to adjust this point gap on it yet, because that involves turning the engine. Actually it doesn't. I can loosen it and do it here. So I might do that now, set my points gap and recheck the spark. And we'll see then if there any improvement on it. To check and set the points gap, what I do is I turn the distributor body till I get the lobe hitting the points at the highest part, and that's going to give you your max point gap. So I set them to 16 thousandths of an inch, so I can twist back my distributor now off the high point, roughly back to where it usually sits, in or around there, and it's off the highest point. So I'm going to turn on the ignition again on the battery lead, give it a twist. Well, the battery lead isn't tight, but look, we'll try and see if we get a better spark this time. I get a different screwdriver so we can actually see what I'm doing. A longer screwdriver. Try and get your focus in there a bit, yeah. Well, it's definitely sparkling. It's not showing up great in the video. Make it a bit darker maybe. I can see down there fairly clearly now, and there is a nice blue spark, but it's not shown out in the video at all. Strange enough. But yeah, I'm happy with that. That's the right colour. Definitely an improvement since I tightened down them and was getting a good feed to earth. So, one thing I will say about these pints is they're not very well, we'll say, they're not exactly across from each other. That's the only thing. I might put another fibre washer underneath there just to lift them up a bit. They're a bit low. Should really be somewhere height wise around there. I don't know, will they stay there? They open and close a few times? No, I'm going to take them off again and put in another fibre washer underneath them. So I'm after getting another fibre washer, and I'm after putting it on a sheet of sandpaper and filing it down a little bit just to get those 2 pints the right height. They are a little bit off left and right, we'll say. Not a whole lot you can do with that, to be honest with you. I can't go bending tabs around to go straightening them. But look, they still should work. So now I'm going to put on the dust cover and the new rotor arm. And the new rotor arm fitted. Very, very, very tight fit. So I had to clean the distributor shaft a bit there to get it to fit on, and I would imagine it's going to take a bit of pulling to get it off. So very snug fit. So look, I suppose we can put back on the distributor cap now and leave that all sealed up until I get around to, I suppose, getting more of the parts and getting this head gasket on. And oh, so yeah, looking good.